All right. Well, Fausto's been a great partner of the Trading Pub. He's always open to come and speak and share some good education with you guys. And I know he has a unique approach that's based on his background from when he started out trading that he'll share with you. But Fausto, thanks again for being here. And always, I hope you're staying warm up in New York. It's been freezing down here in Alabama for us. We're not used to this cold weather. I know you probably are, but anyway, thanks again for being here, and I'll turn things over to you.
Thanks a lot, Morgan. Everybody, let me get a chat back. Let's see if everybody can hear me loud and clear. David, thanks for that compliment. Glenn, good to see you. Everybody else can hear loud and clear? All right, excellent. Yeah, Morgan, it is freezing in New York. It got warmer today. I don't know how you guys did it down there, but my God, could you say global warming or what? I mean, we're going down to single digits up until like the 30s, 40s, 50s, back down to single digits. My God, I don't know how cold is it where you guys were? Where's everybody logged in from? How did everyone else do on your part? 75 in LA. Well, we got to always have some guy throws a wrench into it, make us feel bad. Minus 16. I know I always get Canadians, they put Celsius. People from the United States are like, okay, so how is that? There you go. There goes Mike H. 20 Celsius. There you go. I was just down in Orlando during the holiday season, and it was, Orlando was freezing. Unbelievable. It's getting a little warmer out. Down in South Africa, I don't know how the weather is down there. In Houston area during the freeze. Can't wait, so funny, we were just talking about football. I wonder what's going to happen here in New York. Looking forward to the Super Bowl here. I'm planning on being in there. Not playing, but I'm going to be there. But let's see if we have a hell of an ice storm coming around that time. That would be great, wouldn't it? All right, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's going to be the Super Ice Bowl. All right, well, with that said and having fun and games, hey, you know what? Why are we all here? You know why we're here? To make money. That is the main reason why we're all here. And what I'm about to do, what I'm going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to talk about the psychology of a winning trader. I'm going to talk about some great stocks that are moving today, trading into the close. I want to tell you what I'm in right now. If anyone has an execution system, you could actually check them out right now, see what they're doing, how they're going, trade them going into the close. And then in the meantime, if you like what you hear, hopefully I'll get the opportunity to mentor you, all of you, how to do it on your own. Now, I'd like to thank everyone for being here. I especially like to thank Morgan for throwing another spectacular event on the Traders Pub and all the great speakers running this little marathon that we're doing. Hopefully everyone's brain is not burnt out, but hopefully I could cheer it up. I specifically love trading at this time of the market. I was telling Morgan, if you can, try to get me going into the close of the market, because for some of you, if you don't know this, I'm a 12-time champion. In the Traders Challenges. I have a record I feel it's going to be very, very difficult to beat, and I compete and I beat every school in the industry. Why? Because I'm a professional trader that trades every day. So let me give you a couple of stocks right now, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone here have an execution system? Anyone have an execution system up and running? All right. So as we get started, I'm going to put these stock symbols in there for you. And while I'm teaching you a presentation, I want you to keep an eye on them. And hold on. Let me just put them in the chat. Hold on. What else we have? A couple of stocks that we traded that are going to make some big moves going into the close. Let me just put these in there for you so you guys could see and be like, what the hell where did you find that stock, Fausto? And and I'm going to teach you where. So let me just give you some of these stocks. I think that's about it. There we go. Okay. So we have SGMO, AMRN, CNET, RSOL, MNKD, and ARIN. And actually my biggest winner is, but I don't like to talk about it because it's really not tradable for everyone. I don't know if anybody saw the ICPT. Stock went from like $80 to like, what, 300 this morning. So I had a great move going into the morning. So anyway, let's go to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on and let's talk about trading and how important it is. Let me explain to all of you. I always tell all my students in every presentation that I do is that 10% of your time is spent on trading. 90% of your time is spent on learning, and that's why you're here. So the thing is this, to be a successful trader, you have to be a very successful, learner, and that's what we're going to talk about. Now, risk. Quick little disclaimer from my good friends here in the compliance department at Cyber Trading University. Just keep in mind, everybody, there's a high risk of involved in trading, and past results don't indicate the future, yada, yada, yada. Cyber Trading University and all its individual affiliates with the site and assume no responsibility of your trading investments and rules. Learn more about it. Feel free to visit our website. Now, a couple of things we're going to learn. We're going to talk exclusively about psychology, discipline. We're going to talk about finding stocks to trade. We're going to talk about level 3, total view. We're going to talk about the KISS method, and I'm going to teach you a lot more. Now, I want everybody to understand that I am going to be doing a second part to today's event. Now, I know everyone was very skeptical, and by the way, everybody watching that Mankind, MNKD, just keep an eye on that stock. It's breaking new highs, MNKD, because I want to make everybody money here that's in this room. Look it up. Great moving stock, okay? Now, just to let everybody know that I'm going to teach you right now a little bit of the art of trading. Tomorrow, I'm going to invite all you guys back to come and watch me trade live in the market when the market opens up at 9:35. So hopefully everyone here that is interested and likes what I'm going to talk about, and if you want to learn how to read pre-market trading, if you want to learn how to follow, high-frequency trades, if you want to know the psychology of how a trader takes winners and losers, I'm going to tell you at the end of my presentation how to come and watch me do it. Now, in the meantime, just out of curiosity, anyone here has ever watched me trade or has ever seen me do a speaking before? Just like to get to know if there's anybody here. I know there's over almost 1,000 people. I've seen Fausto make $1,400 in 15 minutes live. Maverick, thank you so much for sharing that. Robert, you have. Bruce, you have. Good. Terry, you have. Wow, there's a lot of you here that have. Okay, good. Have any of you guys ever watched me trade live? Did I make money or lose money? Watch me make $19,000 in two minutes, Jesse's saying. Which stock was that one? Was that one this morning? The ICPT? You're going to see it tomorrow. Well, that's good to see. Both. Well, great traders, just to let you know, we make money, we lose money. The thing is that making money is easy. The hard part about trading, is which we're going to talk about now, is controlling losses. Losses are very, very difficult to do, and that's something that I think all of you here, because I know one of you asking me, do you trade options? Yeah, I trade options. I trade a lot of them. Richard, the Mankind on the move. I told you it's going to be on the move. Keep an eye on it. It's flying, right? Did you guys buy it? Did you get it? Because since you've been here, if you jumped in and bought the stock when I told you to buy it, you'll be up about $200 so far. So I made everybody money today. And guess what? It's going higher, and you got about another 30 minutes to go. These are the beautiful things I'm going to teach you guys how to make money. Now, introduction to the stock market about Cyber Trading University. First of all, I apologize I talk a little too fast. I am from New York. In New York, we're always in a rush, and time is very limited, especially when you're going into the close and you're trying to trade. So you always kind of talk a little bit faster. So please, please forgive me about if I talk a little fast. I'll try to slow it down. Now, yeah, from New York too, Al. Now, a little bit about myself. For some of you that don't know who I am, I've been teaching people since 1995. I was a market maker on the NASDAQ. I was trained and taught by some of the best traders in the world, from Goldman Sachs and Merrill Lynch, living in New York. And the reason why I've learned from the best is because I needed to learn from the best. I needed to learn why I was losing money in this market. Before I was a successful trader, I actually was a very successful loser for one main reason, because I thought I knew what I was doing. I was this young kid, cocky, ignorant, didn't want to spend any money, thought I can go out there, learn on my own. And let me tell you, you kind of learn pretty quickly. Once it was easy to make money, but it was pretty hard to realize when you were losing money, and how to control it. So what I did is exactly what some of you guys are looking to do here today. Try to find a mentor. That's what you're trying to do. Try to find somebody that can actually coach you and find a niche of what you want to do. If it's trading stocks, if it's trading options, if it's trading, futures, if it's trading, stocks, day trading, swing trading. So it's up to you guys to come, and it's great you being here because you'll see first of all, who fits in your schedule, what kind of markets fit in your schedule, and who you kind of can relate to. Exactly, like Forex, and a lot of what I could talk about, you can still apply it towards Forex. Now, from being a very good trader, everybody, just the guys to let you guys know, is that I've been trading. By the way, I'm sorry if I keep cutting you off, but that Mankind keeps going up, MNKD. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it, making money on it. We're at $7.16. We called it, at $9.60? Still going higher. The thing that, when it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, is that when a lot of you here were trading totally wrong. And the reason why you were trading wrong, because think about it, who really trained you how to trade the market? I mean, for example, the stock MNKD. Have you guys ever heard of it before? Do you even know what it does? Did you guys ever hear of the stock, MNGA? Did you ever hear of it before? Never, right? You know what? I never heard of it either. I don't even know what the company does. I don't want to know what it does. But you know what I do want? I want to make money just like you. And that's where, where it came into play. That's where I've learned from my mentors that they always taught me. This is Fausto. It doesn't matter what you think. You have to learn how to follow the money. Because remember, everyone, how do stocks go up and down in the market? Everybody, how does everything get driven? You should all be able to answer this question. Supply and demand, right? Supply and demand. So when you go into a trade, ladies and gentlemen, do you see the supply and demand? Be honest with me. Yes or no? Do you see the supply and demand? There's over almost 800 people here. You all should be able to answer this question. Be honest. Yes or no? Maybe that's like saying I'm a little pregnant. That doesn't count, Rick. A lot of you are saying no. Okay. Well, this is what my mentor taught me, and this is what I'm going to tell you guys. How could any of you be in a business and not knowing where the supply and demand is? How do you know? Why would you be on a side and second guess a stock and says, oh, it's a short now, I want to get out of it? What makes you qualified to know it's a short? Because you had a gut feeling? And it's not about gut feelings. It's about knowing where the big block orders are. And that is has to do with psychology. Psychology has a lot to do because some of you don't realize is that trading is a job. This is not investing. And your job could be trading something that you know nothing about, but you do know how to play the game. You got to know how to play in certain elements. You have to know how to play. You need to know how to trade in certain market conditions. Everything is different. You need to know, but every stock trades exactly the same. They all trade due to supply and demand. And one of the things a lot of people don't take into consideration is that some of you here probably go out there and would say, I never heard of this stock, AMRN. I know nothing about it. I don't know, or SGMO. I never heard of SGMO. I don't know what it does. I don't want to get involved. Yeah, but then my argument is, well, what would you rather trade? This stock is up 36% today. What are you going to trade? Microsoft? That's a 0.5%? The market is completely flat today. What are we, down 7 points? You're not here to watch the market. You need here to make money. How many of you here are semi-retired? How many of you here are on Social Security? How many of you here are trading your own money? How many of you here are sick and tired of giving you money to a mutual fund where you could do it yourself? Raise your hand. A lot of you. Look at all of you, right? So you don't have time. You don't have time to wait for Microsoft to move. You don't have time to wait for Cisco to move. This is your job. This is your career. You're not going to college laying out $60,000 a semester, $200,000, and figuring out until you come out of college what you want to do. You know what you want to do. You've been there. You've done that. Okay? Now you need to make an investment where your education comes in to now learn and do something you want to do. Yes, you can use the same strategy for Forex. Absolutely. Because a lot of the supply and demand applies to both of them. But Rick, Apple, Google, you tell me, where could you have made more money today? Trading Apple or trading the stock ICPT that's up almost 300% today? And that's not an IPO. Where could you make more money today? Trading Google or trading a stock like SGMO that is up, 36% today? Exactly. But did you trade it? Did you find it? These are the things that we teach you at Cyber Trading University. How did you know about ICPT? That's a great question. That's what I'm going to talk about at the end of this presentation. All right? So let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if I'm talking too much. I just get so excited when I see these things go up the way they do and how much money you can make. That how do you get to profit from them, knowing when to take profits, when to take losses. So rule number one, treat trading like a job, okay? Rule number two, keep a diary of what you're doing in trading. Now, be honest with yourself. How many of you here, whenever you do a trade, do you monitor the trade that you made? Meaning, do you know why you made money? Do you know why you lost money? Did you see the buyer? Did you see who the dominant brokerage firm was doing in that stock? You should. That's right, Maverick, always good. It's like, I look at trading like a diet, okay? A diet is like, if you really want to learn how to lose weight, they say 80% of, being in shape is from a diet, not going to the gym. You are what you eat. Well, guess what? You are what you trade. Same exact theory. And the thing is this, you got to know how to count calories. Well, you need to also have to count and make sure where you're making your money and where you're losing your money. But the thing is, Face, you have to know how to write things down and take and monitor your trades. Because I have a question. I always bring this up because one of my students is a big professor at Caltech. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Caltech and UCLA. Obviously, Caltech's like MIT, and he's actually one of my students. I taught him how to trade. Good friend of mine, Mike Sage. He always told me, he says, Fausto, tell everybody this, because I use the same metaphor. Can everyone tell me who invented the light bulb? Anybody here? Who invented the light bulb? Edison, right? Did you know it took Edison 10,000 tries before he finally figured out that when he finally invented the light bulb? And you know what he always said? He was never wrong out of those 10,000 times. It's just that out of the 10th, every time he did it, it just didn't work. It was the wrong way. So until he tried 10,000 different ways, then finally the light bulb worked. Well, if you want your light bulb to kick in and work, the only way you're going to learn is to manage and see what you did and learn and not make those mistakes again. So what my motto is, which I tell my students, it's okay to lose money. Losing money is a good thing because if you know why you lost, you're not going to do it again. So you have to trade in a way that is going to make you feel comfortable. Temper. Um, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's try to keep the politics out of this, because you know what? I always tell people, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat or a liberal or a conservative. You know what? We're in the same business. We are all in the same. We are all in the same party, and that party is trading. So regardless of what these people do every day, these opportunities, these catastrophes or opportunities make opportunities for us. So just always look at it in that way. You could always make money together. So whatever happens, if it's, what happened with the politics that did in 2008 with the banks, you know what? Some of you guys, I remember doing a presentation and traveling all over the world, and people tell me, what are you going to do? How do you feel about this? This guy's a jerk. I'm like, you know what? You know what I told people? Are you in cash? They're like, yeah, kind of. Get ready and fasten your seatbelt, because you're going to make a ton of money, because that's what the market's all about. So always remember, you guys are in the greatest, best job in the world. Now, control your temper. Now, there we go. We're going about certain stocks. Yeah, you lose your temper on certain stocks. You might get aggravated. You might want to get even. Listen, you're not going to win in trading. You have to learn how to control your temper, and that's the difference between a focused trader and a non-focused trader. Now, if you're trading Forex, futures, options, let me explain something to you, a big difference about us traders today. You guys have great technology. Paper trade. Let me explain something to you. If you can't make money in paper trading, do you think you're going to make money trading in the market, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Of course not. It's a stupid question, right? So I'm going to get a stupid answer. Absolutely not. There's absolutely no way. How many of you really, be honest with yourself, went out of your way, opened up a brokerage account, started trading live, and lost money? And now you're here trying to say, okay, what the hell did I do wrong? I'm telling you what you did wrong. First of all, you didn't have someone that taught you how to do it right. Second of all, you opened up in a brokerage firm account that probably wasn't the right brokerage firm, because 80% of the people open up the wrong brokerage firm due to their trading. 3, you never practiced it. So you just went out there and said, let me go out there and try a little. Let me make some money. Paper trade is a big, big, big mistake. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, for Jas regarding about, Madoff and everyone else. That's what I'm trying to get to with all of you. What do you need these people for? You could do it yourself. And Madoff was just the tip of the iceberg. What about all these mutual funds and brokerage firms and Shearson Lehman's and Bear Stearns and all them? I've been there. I've done that. You don't need them. You could do it yourself. I'm here showing you stocks up 30, 20, 100% a day. People will be drooling out of their mind to make 20% of their money a year. Well, what do you think all these traders are doing? They're trading stocks like this. They're capitalizing on your money to make this X amount of money, and meanwhile, they're only paying you that little amount of money, and they're using your money to do it. What do you need them for? Do it yourself. So one of the biggest disciplines, and by the way, I love all the chat, and I'm going to try to answer them as best I can, but I know I'm on a time clock, and I got 41 minutes and 31 seconds left. You know what, Jason? He's right, and I know Hubert, and I've done a lot of events with him, and he's absolutely right, and he's a true trader. We all learn that, from our mentors. You have to learn and treat paper trading like real money, because if you can't make money in paper trading, there's absolutely no way you're going to make real money. Now, let's go to the next level. Let's say you're paper trading and you're starting to make money. Next thing what you need to do, and I know this is a big discipline, start out with 100 shares. You have to learn and make money consistently. Let me tell you, to make to go from 100 shares Think to go to 1,000 shares, a big difference. Yeah, Diggy, and you know what? Everything goes up and goes down, and that's why when you look at a stock like MNKD, you got to know when to take profits and take losses. Listen, if you were here and we started when you originally started, and you made 30 cents and you made $300 on 1,000 shares, anything wrong with that? $300 is not bad for about 10 minutes worth of work. If you could make $300 a day, right, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year, how much money are you making? You made 6 cents? Good. $60 more than you need. Now, the thing that I'm getting to right here, it's about $75,000 a year. Who doesn't want that job? That's why I love what we do here. Now, start out with small shares. Secondly, you guys have to trade. 5 trades a day is not that hard to do. If you don't trade in the market, you're never, ever going to learn. Let me give you a little advice from what my mentors always taught me. Who here is looking to trade and make a career out of it? Who here is like wants to trade and says, you know what, even though I'm retired or, you know, it's a second job, whatever it is. Harry, you here, you want to do it? Vanessa, Bruce, Anna, Rick? Totally committed to Jim. Good. Therese, we didn't get there yet. Right now I'm just talking about discipline psychology. What you're talking about, I'm going to be probably about 10 minutes away from where we are right now. Okay. And never stop no matter what, David's saying. Good. Well, love it. Right? You love it? Is this a great job? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun in trading. But the thing is this. It takes 1,000 trades before you start learning how to make money in trading. And I just want to be dead honest with you. 1,000 trades sounds like a lot. When you're paying $5 a ticket, costs you $5,000 in ticket charges, does that sound like a lot of money? I don't know. How much is to go to school today? If you're trying to make a $75,000 a year salary, you know, you're trading a stock like the one I just told you about, does it matter? Beverly, no, 1,000 paper trades will not work. It's a different ball game. You have a different attitude. And listen, if you were my son, which is 13 years old and playing on the Xbox and don't have any concept of money, yes, you could probably do it. But for us as adults, we get a little bit more. We definitely freak out a little bit more when we have money on the line. That's right, Maverick. It's one of my slogans. You have to learn before you can earn. So you got to trade, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be successful in trading. Now, how to succeed? Well, how do you succeed? You analyze your trades at the end of the day. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose money. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. A baseball player doesn't bat 1,000. The faster you make those mistakes, the faster you're going to learn. So don't be afraid to trade. Don't be afraid to take losses. Now, everyone always asks me, how do you know when to take a loss? When do you know enough is enough? And I'm just curious, could you guys tell me, when do you know enough's enough to take a loss? What is your minimum? Can anybody tell me? What is your minimum? When do you know to take a loss? 20%, 60%? You guys have percentages? I always go by dollar amount. Well, I'll tell you what it is. If you're looking to make $50,000 a year, to make $50,000 a year, you have to average on a day $200 a day. $200 is a lot of money, okay? I know to go out there and try to find a job that pays you $200 a day, it's a lot of money. Well, $200 a day is basically If you're looking to make 200, then you shouldn't be willing to risk more than 200.
My early
And
retirement
Theo is probably
income
right. It's
trading.
basically 1 to
Today we're
2%
going to
of your
lay
account
out a
balance. You
step-by-step
should not be
action
losing
plan
more than
that can
2% of your
give
account
you
balance
the kind
or
of
what your
non-stop
daily goal is.
perpetual income you need.
Everybody got that? It's very hard to make 200 a day. No, it's not. Yeah, if you're trading 10 shares a day.
My early retirement
But if you're
income.
trading, 1,000 shares, like the stock I was telling you about, Mankind, a $7 stock, a $7,000 investment, it's not a lot of money. It's not like I'm telling you buy a $50 or $100 stock like some of you talking about Google. But, yeah, it's hard to trade Google when you can only afford probably one share of the stock at $1,200, $1,300. Yeah, it is really hard. Yeah, 100 shares at 10 cents move is $100. Ever thought about that? Not hard to do. Options can be a good account builder, Harry, but you got to remember, for all my fellow options traders out there, if you want to be a good options trader, before you learn options, you have to learn how to trade stocks because it's the movement of the stock that makes the option move. Now, let's go to the next one. Let's talk about high-frequency trades. Does anybody here know how much volume high-frequency trades control the market? What's the percent, do you think, of high-frequency trades control the market? I'm just curious to see what everybody's thoughts are. Wow, look at you guys. 10%, 60, 70, 75, 80, 90, 99%. Wow. 75, 45, I think it was somewhere around like 80. It's actually 70%, all of you, okay? Now, if you were able to monitor 70% of the volume of the market, how much more successful would you be in trading, everyone? How about this? I got a better answer. Well, first of all, Rich, those ain't dark pools. High-frequency trades are not dark pools, okay? That's something totally different. Dark pools are orders being traded in between the brokerage firms in their own house, just flipping, orders in between each other. How much is that worth to you? Just curious, like if you were able to monitor 70%, if you could see 70% of the volume of the stock that you're in right now, and see where the orders are going, what's that worth to you? What would you pay for that? I mean, what's that worth? It's priceless. Wow, I like that one. A lot? Worth every penny. Well, guess what? I'm not going to charge you anything for it. It's free, okay? So, I just want to make sure I get everybody's attention here. Now, AAL. Did everybody see AAL today? American Airlines? Okay. Now, American Airlines obviously had a big move today. It's up 6%. It's up $1.70. Why does it keep going up? And not only that, but why is it going down? Okay? Now, does anybody here have American Airlines up on their screen? Anybody here can look it up? Can anybody tell me? Anybody have it? Okay. What was today's high? What was today's high in the stock? All right. Now, when did it hit? Do you guys know when it hit that high of 29.60? Do you know what time that was? What time was it? It was at the open. That's right, in the morning. Okay, at 10 o'clock. Now, do you guys see what was the high at 3 o'clock, 3:15? Everyone, before I started, what was the high at 3:15 today? Or was it 3:30? 3:30. At 3:30, what was the high? 1950. At 3:30, okay? I want to show you something right here. See this clock right here? Does everybody see that right there? I took this screenshot before we started at 15:03. All right? So you had about 30 minutes. The stock was trading at 29.38. There was a guy out there selling 71,000 shares at 19.50. Now, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm teaching you how to trade, why I teach my traders how to make money, and why I was a 12-time champion, and why and how I have a game plan and teach you to do the same. This is no mistake. It was 3:03 when I took this screenshot, and the price of the stock was trading at 29.36. Look at your daily chart right now. That's when I took this screenshot. Now, at that time, on the high-frequency trades, on total view, there was a 71,000 share seller at 29.50. Did anybody see that? Did you guys know that there was a 71,000 share seller? Was anyone trading it? I mean, when you go into a trade and you look at a chart and be like, why is that stock going down? Why did it go down at 29.60? Why is it right now trading at 29.32? It went all the way to 29.50 and came back down. Because that is a high-frequency trade. Now, think about this for a second. If you knew that order was out there, do you still want to own the stock? Or do you want to sell it? What would you like to do? Of course. But how many of you here trade in the market and are able to see that 71,000 share seller in the stock that you're in? How many of you here are doing that right now? Just give me yes or no's. Not me, not me. Just one or two here. Not enough. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? When I started, my history, where I learned from some of the best traders in the world, and they all told me the same thing. I did what you guys are doing right now. I wanted to learn how to trade. And you know where the best person that taught me how to trade? You know where I went to? I went to the source. You know who the source is? The guys that work on the floor of the exchange. And they all told me the same thing. They says, Fausto, you want to make money? Follow the money. You got that? Want to make money? Follow the money. And you know what it is? Just follow the shares, because you, me, trading 100, 1,000, 50 shares is no way you're going to manipulate a stock when you got a seller of 71,000 out there selling it. Because if you didn't see that seller out there, you'd be sitting there twiddling your thumbs and sitting there realizing, how did I lose money and why did the stock go down? Why couldn't Mr. Fibonacci tell me that? Why couldn't Mr. Bollinger Band tell me that? Because they're lagging indicators. Supports and resistance levels are built by buyers and sellers. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why I keep telling people trading is simple. You know what the hardest part about trading? Putting your money where your mouth is, stop trading, and learning. That's the hardest thing to do when it comes to trading. It runs for the same thing for E-minis and everything else, all about supply and demand. Couple of questions. Level 2 limit orders. Well, first of all, let me get something straight here, Richard. Level 2 and level 3 are totally different. NASDAQ is getting rid of level 2. Level 2, lost sound. Am I there, ladies? Am I back? Okay. All right, must have had a little bit of hiccup right there with our internet. Okay. So anyway, here's another example. 7,000 share seller. Okay, you see him right there? Okay. Now, when you look right here and you draw a trend line, That probably explained that support level becomes a new resistance level. So the whole idea is having a game plan. Go back, Steve goes, go back. Why is NASDAQ getting rid of level 2? Because market makers are obviously not posting their orders. You're not getting the true depth of book. You know, they're supposed, and they're moving on, getting rid of it. That's one of the reasons why. Did everyone see my screen okay? Were you saying about level 2 and level 3? Ooh, okay, good, good. You having a white screen? You guys don't see my slideshow? All good now? Okay. Hold on. Start slideshow. I should be able to see my slides. You guys can't see the slide? Okay, you can see it now. Yeah, right up on top, ladies and gentlemen. Just click on slideshow, not desk sharing or anything else. Click on slideshow, okay? All right, good. So anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Here you see some resistances. Here you see some supports. You see how the stock comes down? You see a support level. You can see why the stock went from 238 down to 228 and back up. Because that price right there, ladies and gentlemen, is that 10,000 share buyer out there. That seller at 238 is that 6,000 share seller out there. All you need to do is follow the money. Oh, Richard, that's right. I didn't get to that. I didn't forget about you, Rich. Don't worry about that. Okay? Now, about false trades that people talk about. There's nothing fake about an order. I just did a presentation this morning, and I was telling another attendee another attendee that brought up the same comment, and he said, Fausto, how do you know those orders are real? People tell me they're fake. Well, first of all, if it's so fake, why don't that's what I tell them. Can everybody see it okay? Audio fine? Looks like we're getting these hiccups right here. Okay. So the thing is this, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing fake about that order. If that order's fake, then go out there and try to execute and see if you get executed or not. So the thing is this. Can people cancel their orders? Of course they could. They could cancel if they want to. They cancel all the time. But there's nothing fake about that order. That's the way you have to look at it. But you should know where the support and resistance levels are at all times. Now, question for everyone here. Where does everybody find their stocks that they want to trade? Where do you guys go out there and look for your stocks? How do you find something you want to trade for the day? IBD, most active list, you scan it. Okay, good. I'll tell you where I find it. Everybody's offered this. It's called the big percentage gainers and losers. I need to trade stocks. So let's go right here and look at this. The best place where I look for, I don't know what's going on with the internet connection, but we'll try to get through this pretty quickly so we don't get booted out again. I think I'm having it on my end. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I guess all this cold weather has been affecting our internet in our building. Now, the thing is this. When it comes to trading, when I go out there and trade, I go through my percentage gainers and losers. That's the best place to find stocks. Now, be careful about charts because I know first thing people do is they start looking at the chart and they start getting crazy with indicators And then next thing you know, you have something that my 5-year-old starts to draw for you. And that's what that looks like. You know what I mean? Try to keep things simple and just try to follow the money and look for the stocks that are moving over the course of the day. Give you an example. ONVO. Anybody ever hear of this before? The stock, ONVO? You know what? Neither have I. I never heard of it in my life. Don't know it. Don't care about it. But right at the open, ladies and gentlemen, this stock at 9:30 ran from $8.90 to $10.50. You buy 1,000 shares of that, would you make $1,000? Anything wrong with that? Does it matter what the company does? No, it doesn't. It was basically right here on the list as one of the big percentage gainers. Plug. Anybody see what happened with Plug the last couple of days? Anybody trade Plug? If you go on our Twitter and text page, you could see it. We traded a Plug for the, I called it out right here. We were trading it on day one. This stock is up almost 200%. I mean, is anybody here nervous to trade a $2 stock? Is anything wrong about it? You going to get hurt? Was it going to die? Was it going to go to zero? It's a lot safer to trade a $2 stock going to zero than a $50 stock because it can go 50 more points lower. Yeah, it's a top loser today, but it was sure the top winner the past other 2 days. Listen, whatever goes up comes down twice as fast. ABIO. Anybody see this stock? Another big winner right at the open. See, what I do, ladies and gentlemen, is I teach my people how to trade and watch the pre-market, look at all the pre-market orders, and then right at the open, capitalize on those big spikes by following all the pre-market orders. Now, remember I just told you about the high-frequency trades? Do you ever notice some people, some brokerage firms, don't let your orders get executed until the market opens up? Does that ever happen to anyone? You ever put an order in pre-market and says, yeah, we'll let you know when the market opens up? Well, guess what? What do you think they're doing? They're buying orders in the pre-market. That's what they're doing. And I could see all that stuff, and I could teach you and see all that stuff, which is great. And then, boom, then and you're the one that gets executed all the way up here. And like, why did I get such a horrible execution? I put the order to buy it at 290. How the hell did I get a 280 at 320? Gale. Anybody see Gale? This is one of our other big winners. Went from 4 all the way up to 7. Big winner. Gale. What does it do? I don't know. At least trade 13 million shares on the day. It's up 25%. Money's money, right? Well, about drugs, that was the same thing with ICPT. I haven't seen a stock like ICPT in about 20 years, 15 years. I haven't seen a stock go from 80 to 300. Last time I think I saw that was POM when it went public. Went from 80 to 200. You're here to make money. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we could teach you. Now, I'm almost out of time right here, and looks like I want to get through this pretty quickly because my internet connection, I don't know what's going on here. But a couple of things. If anybody would like a copy of my slides, I'm going to give you my personal email address. Send me an email. If you got a question, I usually answer my emails within 24 to 48 hours. I get hundreds of emails, and believe me, I answer all my emails. Take my email address, faustop@ctucorp.com. Just please don't spam me, or I'll spam you back. All right? But take my email and feel free to ask any questions that you might have. Well, hopefully, Harry, I'll get all 452 of you, and I will answer all 452 of you. But, you know, that would be a miracle because that never happened. Now, about Cyber Training University, about myself. Listen, I've been doing education for 20 years. We do teaching for some of the biggest brokerage firms in the world: Thinkorswim, FXCM, TradeStation, Lightspeed, TradeMonster. You know, John Nigerian comes on Cyber Training University all the time. You know, we share ideas and trading ideas with each other. He learns something from me. I teach him something. You know, Tom Sosnoff, good friend of mine. You know, great traders surround themselves with great traders, and we always help everyone, because we know and we hate to see people like you lose money. So that's why brokerage firms like these, and trading firms and software companies do whatever they can to get you to come involved, to learn from great traders like us, because we don't want to see you lose money, because it's really hard to keep a trader, and we don't want anybody to lose money. We want you to make money. Now, Cyber Training University has been ranked #1 school 6 years in a row by Equities Magazine, which we're also very proud to say. Now, how do I start learning today? Now I know. Now let's get right to the thick of things. Did anyone learn anything today, by the way? Did you guys learn anything? What did you guys learn from me today? Did I talk too fast? A ton? I showed you how to make money, Harry? Made money on that Mankind, I hope. Level 3, the KISS method. Good. Yes, that I should trade stocks, and okay. Important how level 3 is. Okay, good. Need total view. All right. So how could I mentor all of you how to do it? Well, listen, it's very difficult for me to train you guys in a less than an hour presentation. I mean, nobody can go to school for an hour and think they can all of a sudden be a surgeon and start being a professional doctor or a lawyer and do brain surgery. It does take time to learn it, okay? Well, my goal today, what I wanted to do, is kind of educate you guys a little bit about psychology. I want you to know a little bit about who I am. I want you to know a little bit about my history, to let you know that I was you 20 years ago. I want to let you know that you all should be able, that you could do this, like Anna just mentioned. I want you to see that trading is not that difficult, but if you really, really, really want to learn it, this is what we could do for you. I'm giving everyone 2 great deals, okay? I'm giving you 2 opportunities here. I'm going to invite every single one of you to come watch me trade tomorrow morning at 9:35. You're all welcome to join me. I'm going to give you a link where you guys can register and come and see me trade, okay, for free. Not going to cost you anything. It's a webinar, okay, everyone. Now, if you want to take it to that next level, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you all an opportunity. I want you guys to hire me for $2 a day, okay? Is that right? $3 a day, whatever it is. For 5 days, $19. I want to give you guys access to my professional trading room. In that room, what we do is we're going to talk about pre-market trading. I'm going to get you ready 30 minutes prior, and I'm going to get you ready to trade going into the afternoon, and I'm going to trade with you all day from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. during the market hours, okay? I'm asking for 5 days. That's it, 5 days for $19, okay? If you don't got the $19, then just come and join me for another hour tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll convince you then. I always get people ask me, Fausto, I hear these people, they show great slides, made money in this one, that one. Put your money where your mouth is. Well, I am. That's why I'm going to invite all of you to come 2 ways. Join me tomorrow morning for the pre-market for 5 days for $19, or join me for free tomorrow morning. Now, for $19, what you're going to get, I'm going to teach you how to make $200 to $500 a day, $100,000 a year. These are the times that we're going to meet, live trading from 9 a.m. We do a meeting, a webinar, and 2:30 for about 15 minutes. I'll give you the stock tip picks, what we're going to trade, everything else, and you got the live trading. Everything for $19. So this is what you need to do. How do we register? Well, I'm going to give you guys the link. Hold on one second. $4 is a bargain. I'm really prostituting myself to work that cheap. But you know what? I just want you guys to know, Cyber Trading University, we don't advertise at all. We don't do any advertising. We don't need to. We're a petite company, and that's how we basically advertise. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the link for the Cyber Group trial, which is the $19. And if anybody doesn't feel that I'm worth $19, which obviously I guess I can't put it any nicer, come and join me tomorrow for free for the 9:30 live trading event. Now remember, for some of you that are here, they're going to be joining me for the trial for the $19. Once you register, I want you to understand that you're going to access our dashboard, and in our dashboard, you're going to see the recordings of some of the old ones that we did, like today, day before, and you're going to be accessing the meeting at 9 a.m. So you're going to have VIP service to come watch pre-market trading and go through all the stock picks and get ready before that 9 o'clock open. All right. Plus, the room is open up at 8 a.m. So we're all the traders, students, all my students, the hundreds of students that I've trained, they're all going to be in there. All right. So just be prepared for that. And for the ones that are not going to make that commitment, you could still come and see me trade live after the market opens up. Okay. Actually, Anna, the 5-day trial starts tomorrow. So you can't start it next week, next month. It's 5 days from tomorrow. Okay? Actually, 5 days from today, tomorrow. Once again, someone can answer, do you trade futures in the room? I personally don't trade futures. I trade stocks, options. We also trade some Forex. I leave futures for my buddy Tom Busby. You want to learn futures? He's the guy you got to talk to. But we all us traders trade about 70% the same. The other 30%, the only difference is we trade different markets, but the psychology and everything else is the same. Can you make $100,000 during my trial? You know what? Surprisingly, if you did trade the ICPT today, you probably could have. So $19 is a bargain. Well, Ann, just to let you know, if you can't make it, it's going to be recorded. So whatever you missed, with those archive times, it'll be recorded. Okay? What time do we start the trial tomorrow? The room opens up at 9 a.m. The trading room opens up at 8 a.m., but the actual meeting, the live audio broadcast, is at 9 a.m., Matthew. After the 5 days, if you want to continue, we have 3 packages. It ranges from $47 to $197. And if you want to know more about that, we'll just call the office. But at the end of the day, listen, don't worry about after 5 days. You know what? If it was $1,000 or $5,000, $10,000, listen, if you're making money, it doesn't matter. Listen, you got to spend money to make money. So but that's why I'm giving you guys a trial for 5 days to make that decision. So don't worry about after 5 days. Let's worry about tomorrow, 1 day at a time. Can we sign up for tomorrow morning? Listen, the link's right there. You can sign up whenever you want, but the thing is this: tomorrow, now, doesn't really. If you register now, it's better if you register now because at least you'll get into the dashboard and you won't be going panicking like I can't get into the meeting started. So I would recommend if you really want to do it, just sign up now. You got 6 minutes before the next presenter comes on. Do you trade stocks, index, and futures? Well, we do trade a little Forex in our trading room. We do some options, but I specifically stock trade. I like stock trading. It's less risky. It's more controllable. It's more popular. You hear it on CNBC all day. Randy, that's not necessarily true, not for everyone. If I'm in Singapore, how do I do it? What you do, click on that link, register. We'll give you access to our trading room, log in during those times, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Therese, thank you very much. I'm glad. Listen, guys, I know I'm running out of time. But just I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to log in because I don't want you to miss the next presenter. You got to understand, I mean, Morgan's doing a great job with this event. And what we try to do, all the speakers, is that we were all like you, okay? And the reason why we love, we're great traders, but traders to us became a part-time job. You know, I was semi-retired at the age of 24. I had nothing. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was only working an hour a day. I was trading in the morning and making my day's pay. And people kept asking me, could you teach me how to trade? That's how I got into the education business. And after talking to great people like you, I just realized, my God, these people losing 80% of the people lose their money for the wrong reasons. So do yourself a favor. If you want to go out there and you really want to do this, if you don't want to do it with me, there's some great speakers here today. Learn from somebody. You know, Andrew Keene's coming on. The guy's a phenomenal options trader. I was doing an event with him yesterday. It's so funny, but we were trading the same exact stocks because we come from the same school. We're market makers. You got great speakers here. If it's my room, join everyone's room. Try everybody out. It's not like you got to make an investment until you find your sweet spot. So don't go out there and make mistakes like how most people lose money in Wall Street. You're doing this as a career. We all know how important school is. We all went to college. We all went to elementary school, graduate school. You know what? Now you're going to have to make another investment because now you really found something you want to do. So do it and do it right. But the only way you're going to do it right is you got to sample and see what everyone's doing and see what's good for you. So for everybody else, ladies and gentlemen, listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone being here. I'd like to thank Morgan and all the other speakers here. Enjoy the rest of your day. And everyone, happy trading. Look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow morning in my class if you can. If not, see you in the upcoming ones. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.